Well, I picked up this Edelbrock Performer aluminum intake. Found this on Marketplace. Great deal. 120, I think. 125. In really nice shape. No pitting or anything weird. Also, found a Holley 600 CFM electric choke vacuum secondary carburetor. And that was 75. Picked up a $48 rebuild kit, and carb looks good and complete. It's just very dirty, but everything on it seems good. So I'm just going to take it all apart and change out all of the seals and whatever, you know, the needle and seat and all that good stuff, accelerator, pump, diaphragm, and clean it up real nice. I think this will be a nice upgrade. Even though the 2-barrel is working, it'll be a nice upgrade for the 389. Now on these 2-barrel 389s, they use the same cam as if you had got the optional 4-barrel motor. So it should run pretty good. Everything is pretty much blown apart. Everything looks good. I mean, it's just dirty. Needs new gaskets. But, you know, everything was there. Nothing looked like it was any issue. I lost one little tiny C-clip. Hopefully it will come with a rebuild kit, or I might have another one. But I think it all just needs a good cleaning. And, you know, reassembly. But I think it should be okay. This vacuum diaphragm seems okay. It's just really dirty. The only thing I couldn't do was this metering plate has some kind of special fasteners that I don't know what kind of tool that would take. But I do want to take this off so this can be thoroughly cleaned and the gasket replaced. So I have this ultrasonic cleaner. This is the first time I've ever used one of these, so I don't really know what to expect, but this is pretty much all the parts besides, I'm not sure if I should put this in here, choke, but I guess we'll give it a shot. These are all the parts except the base plate and the body of the carburetor. I don't know if I should put it all in at the same time or run two separate batches. Might run two separate batches. But anyway, the instructions are not great. They're clearly like translated straight from Chinese and they don't really make much sense. I don't see anything that tells you how long to run it. So I'm just gonna have to experiment with that. Maybe I'll Google it. So anyway, you put all the parts in, you fill the water up to here, and I'm going to use Pine Sol. I don't know if that's correct, but I've seen online other people using Pine Sol to clean stuff. It's just grease and grime and dirt, so I figure that should work. I was actually given this ultrasonic cleaner from a former coworker of mine. He saw my channel and the stuff I do with cars, and he knew he wasn't going to be using it. So if you're watching, Dave, thanks very much. We're going to get to see how this thing works out. I'm running the water, just added a little bit of pine sol, getting sudsy already. Should be interesting. May have put too much. I'll do 30 minutes. Temperature on. That makes a weird noise. Yowza. The insides of the Venturis are so dirty that they're completely black. Turns out that a flat blade screwdriver of a medium size is fine for removing these screws. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. Gonna have to rinse everything. So it's not 100% still dirt on things, but you can see it's getting there. It's a lot better. So I have some brushes. I'm gonna see if I can just clean it up with the brushes a little bit more. See, everything came out pretty good. I might run it through again, just because why not? Well, it's all apart. But you know, everything looks pretty good. Definitely way better than it was. Next round is the base plate and the body. So when this came out, the bores still are very black, so I have this purple power, spray that on, let it sit for a little bit, and that's coming off very well now. So this one for sure I am going to run through again once I get it cleaned up with the brush as best as I can. I got the base plate. Well, I had to run this by itself because with this and the base plate in the basket, the base plate wasn't fully submerged. So I'm running that through separately right now. So when that's done, I'll throw this back in for a second round. Base plate just finished up and looking pretty good so far. Alright, so these pieces are going to go in for a second bath. I zip tied open the butterflies so we can get a better cleaning inside of the bores. And took the jets out of the metering block and the idle mixture screws. Going to send them through. And probably 15 or 20 minutes will do it because it's already very clean. And then I'm just going to send the main body through after that by itself for another 15-20. The rebuild kit arrived today, so we've got all the gaskets and seals. I recruited my son here because he is an excellent Lego builder, and that's what this looks like to me, like a giant Lego or a giant puzzle. So I'm just going through, because they give you some extra gaskets, I guess depending on which model you have. There is some kind of special tool for these screws. I think they're called clutch head. And I think you can get them at Home Depot, but this flat blade screwdriver works just fine. And everything is now all back together. This was not really a hard thing to do. I have never completely rebuilt a Holley carburetor like this. I have done other types of carburetors, but definitely something that could be done DIY. And with the prices the way they are right now on new carburetors, it's insane. To get one of these new is well over $600. So we won't be putting it on the wagon right away. I still have some other things I want to do first, but including cleaning up the manifold. So when we're ready for it, the carb will be ready for us. So please subscribe so you don't miss the test drive with the Holley 4-barrel. Thanks very much for watching.